And we're back. Another episode of Sports, and more sports. It is Sunday. We are a little late, but like we promised, we are going to drop an episode every week. If you're looking at us all exhausted, it's because we're up till 1 in the morning watching these hockey games and the UFC fights. We'll get into those a little bit later. But today, we have an Indiana Pacer fan. John, are you ready?
Hey, ready as it ever be.
Are you excited? Game 2 tonight.
A big time hype coming up. Because watching game 1, there's a lot of struggles in the first 3 quarters. But I was just thinking, if you didn't look at the score and you're just looking at the game, you'd be like, damn, they're probably up 30 by now. But then you look at the score, somehow they're still up by 8, 10, maybe 15. But they still find ways to win, so I'm excited to see what they have in this coming game.
You know, in college basketball, one of the big sayings is January, February, Izzo. And I think in the NBA, it should be the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, Tyrese Halliburton time. They should name the fourth quarter Tyrese Halliburton in the Indiana Pacers because, man, the cardiac Pacers, man, they just keep on doing it. They've been... I'm very interested to see how many games they've been favored in. It can only be a handful this entire playoffs, and they've won 13 games. And I'm going to ask you guys a question: How many playoff games do How many playoff wins do LeBron James and Luka Doncic have this year?
But
What was that? 2?
2.
1 or 2?
1.
Yeah.
1.
Damn.
And the Pacers have 13 and counting. Man, you cannot sleep on this team anymore.
Well, they're in the
No.
finals. I mean, obviously you can't sleep on them.
You'd be surprised, man. I mean, Thunder were minus 750 to win the
I
series.
know. I know the opening it.
That's a definition of getting slept on.
It's a 48-minute team. They can play bad for a good portion of the game, but once they get that pace going, they get hot, they get ready, it's kind of hard to stop them because they don't lose that will. They always got that fight in them.
I'm
I
glad.
don't know. I mean, I'm bummed I never got to see Michael Jordan play, but it's okay because I got to see Aaron Nesmith play in that game 2 of the last series. Bro. I mean,
Oh my god.
I'm glad.
8 for 9.
6 threes, bruh.
I'm glad that you brought up the time, John, because PFT said if NBA games were like a 45-minute game, Pacers would be a lottery team. So they only wake up the last like 15 minutes. It's crazy how they do it.
It's fine all odds. That's all I can say. 4th time this playoff game.
It's insane.
Dude, what was it? The Knicks when it was a game 1, they were down. They came back. 13 or
Right.
2
It was like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
They were close to down 20. And then it was just 3 after 3. Like there was Siakam and Halliburton here and there, but mostly Nesmith coming up with like 5 or 6 threes within like the last few minutes. And then all they needed was just one more score, and Halliburton got it.
Yeah, I forget what the exact stat was for that Knicks game, but I think it was like teams with a 13-point lead with less than 3 minutes to go were 994-0 all
They were the
time.
only one.
This
And
is
they were the only,
man.
and they were the only team for the finals to play down by 7 or more points with 2 or 3 minutes to go. They're the only team ever to get that comeback so far.
Yeah.
I still don't think they're in the series, though. I'm sorry.
Man,
It's just
I beg to differ.
It's just I just don't see it happening.
You've said that about every series.
I know. I could be wrong again, but I just don't see it. How many
But
times?
that's what they were saying, like when they went against Cleveland, number 1 team in the East, like over 60 wins. It was a 5-game series. And then with the Knicks, they were saying, oh, they can't handle Cat or Brunson. They lost last season. And
Well, they actually beat them last season.
yeah, but like lost the Eastern
But they didn't have
Conference.
Cat. They didn't have Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, but with Cat on the team, there was no way to win, but they still beat them. 6 games, 2 in New York to start with.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing to OKC. They're able to adjust. They make those adjustments. I mean, even with having 24 turnovers last game, they still made last minute adjustments to win and get in the fourth quarter.
I wonder if
Yeah.
I wonder if OKC goes back to starting Isaiah tonight.
Smart's time. They
Yeah.
have to, dude. This is why. Yeah, this is the Pacers' best matchup. They match up the best against the Thunder than their previous three Eastern Conference opponents for sure, and not even that's not even factoring the inexperience, the small market of OKC. Yeah, I mean, I think this really bodes well for the Pacers. I mean, if they're not a team of destiny, I don't know who is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't honestly. I won't lie. I did not watch the game, at all, because I was looking at the score. I was like, damn, they're up pretty big at like half. I was like, I'm not even gonna tune in for this. So I was.
Tell the fans what you were doing, what you had to cancel for.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, canceled Wednesday because I went to a Rays game. See, sports and more sports are getting out there.
Advertising not cheap, folks.
Yeah, and I
I
was.
didn't get the live action feed.
I was screaming at Wyatt Langford, Texas Rangers. Right field, left field, one of the fields. I told him he had a podcast, so he might join on us one day.
Oh.
He's probably listening right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And then.
Wait, was that where y'all's seats were though? Those weren't where y'all's seats were.
No, we started behind home plate, and then we moved over to left field or right field, one of the fields. Later in the game.
You only lost 400. You're only 400 feet further away. I mean.
Yeah, well, this is actually the way that because it's obviously at the Rays Stadium now. It's like Steinbrenner. We're actually like the outfield is like right there, dude. I mean, you could hop over like a small little fence and I'm on the field.
Uh-oh.
Like
if you could chirp and talk to the player, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, but and then yes, Thursday I was doing some more sports. It was mini golf, but I was there.
Yeah.
And I won.
Hey, man.
I won. I shot a 47 on a par 42, so.
That's solid. That's solid.
Yeah, so reasonable.
Still missed game one of the finals.
I did. But I did catch the ending of game one of the NHL game.
Nice. That's a series I am not watching.
Dude, I am.
So let's talk about that because you're missing out, John.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah. I am exhausted, dude. Both games have gone to like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
When did it even start?
It started to Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, because Wednesday was NHL, Thursday was NBA.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the Panthers and the Oilers, correct?
Yeah, and then game.
Okay.
Game 2 was Friday night, and I went to double overtime. I was up till 1 a.m. again.
Okay, that's why I was still seeing the game on after 12 when I was out.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. I thought they were rerunning it.
It's been so I don't even like Corey Perry, 40 years old. Corey Perry has been the biggest talk of our podcast these past few weeks. Scored with like 17 seconds left to send it to overtime.
So like the Pacers of the NHL.
Pretty much in that sense. I don't know. They were tied.
Well, then they lost that game though, ultimately.
Yeah, Merchant got another breakaway. Gotta stop giving that guy.
This motherfucking Rat King, boy.
Gotta stop giving that guy breakaways. Scored twice on him.
Yeah, it's one of them short-handed.
Yep. And then last night, stayed up till 1 a.m. watching O'Malley lose again.
Ouch.
That sucked.
This man, bro.
That sucked.
Why were you so high on him?
O'Malley's my favorite UFC fighter right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like a big UFC guy, but I obviously know the names. But if you ask me stats or anything, I don't know. But O'Malley is just my favorite.
You like skinny white guys that have cornrows and face tats?
I like the ego.
Ego.
When Baker Mayfield against Kansas grabbed his nuts. That's what I like. That's what I like. I like the ego. I'm better than you. Fuck you, type of people.
Being a little cocky with it.
Exactly. And Sean O'Malley's that guy.
Yeah.
So.
As long as you can back it up.
He was. He's 18-3 now. But both two of his losses have come against Merab for a title or for a belt, I guess.
Oh shit. Okay, so not easy losses.
No, and then do you see Amanda Nunes is going to come back and fight that the one girl that won
Yeah,
last night.
Kayla
Yeah.
Harrison.
Yep, that's gonna be.
Dude, she's a oh,
Dude,
she's
they-
a fucking.
They might headline their own card. Those two,
They should.
they should. But yeah,
Oh,
we
she's
got
bigger biceps than me.
dude. She's scary looking.
Rip, bro.
She was scary looking.
Yeah.
But oh gosh, other than that, we have what is it? The UEFA Nations League final today. Portugal versus Spain.
Ooh,
It's gonna be a
that's a good
passing
one.
of the torch moment. It's gonna be a passing of the torch with
Yep.
Cristiano Ronaldo and Lamine Yamal or whatever his name is.
France got the third place game earlier today already.
Okay.
Mbappe won or I scored a goal and got an assist, I believe. I didn't know he's already scored 50 goals for the French team. I didn't already realize he's 7 goals away from being the highest.
What, Benzema?
What?
Who has a record? Benzema?
I don't probably Benzema or Griezmann, something like that. But Mbappe's
Yeah.
already only 7 goals away from being the leading scorer in what's it called? French history.
France sister?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he'll smash that.
yeah, easily. It's World Cup's next year, so
Yeah.
he'll easily smash that. But other than that, I mean, so you think? So let's go through it. So obviously, Panthers and Oilers are tied 1-1. Pacers are up 1-0. Do Pacers win tonight? Do you think they get 2 in OKC?
So I think both teams are going to have to make adjustments. OKC was actually shooting pretty bad last game. They're like about 38% from the field goal range, while the Pacers out-rebounded them and had a better shooting percentage. SGA probably needs to give some of the guys more chances on scoring than just kind of him. Gives Pacers better time to like double team or adjust to his style of play. But I think Pacers are gonna probably move around the ball better. They're struggling with passing out. They would get balls turned over a lot. Restricted ball movement, couldn't throw as much points up as they wanted to. So I think both teams are going to make the proper adjustments. Probably going to have another close game, maybe a final minute to decide who gets the game or not.
Yeah,
But I think Pacers could pull through. But second game in OKC, like losing game 1 like that is pretty humiliating a bit in a way. So they're either going to play sluggish or they're going to get this shit together.
Sure now.
what was that?
Say that
I
again?
was just saying, OKC has their guard up for sure now. They're not messing around this game.
Yeah, and I just been seeing so much people just not expecting the Pacers to pull through. Like just ever since the beginning of the playoffs, like every matchup's not in their favor, but they still beat them in 6 games or less.
I thought the Pacers were going to get
Yeah.
swept in the series.
Yeah.
But it's a different type of basketball. Like it's not a star player driven team. Like anyone can dish out up to 20 points that night. Because Halliburton, even though he had the game winner, he had 14 points. But there was 6 players on the Pacers in double digits that night. So it's team basketball, not just 1 or 2 people.
Yeah, I feel that.
John, do you think there's 10 basketball players in the world right now that are better than Tyrese Halliburton?
Playing right now, it depends.
He's right on that cusp.
He's on that for the clutch moments. Like he is a really good shooter, great point guard, but it's hard for me to say. But he's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah. I mean that most overrated player take is not.
I know that's exactly what I thought of.
That is
not. He went through so much adversity. That's his 4th game winner attire just in this playoffs alone. So that already stands a point in itself, and he's still averaging about close to 20 points this series, but it's team basketball. He's not a selfish player.
Oh no.
Like Siakam can drop 40 that night if he wanted to.
Did you?
Yeah, dude. Siakam's like he's like a spaz, but like it works. Like I don't know how, but
Did you
Works.
did you see the clip of like Halliburton thinking he was gonna win like the Eastern Conference MVP?
Yeah, he like walked
He
up.
was starting to walk a
kinda
little.
expecting it.
And then Siakam won it.
He probably was the reason because there's times when they were about to choke, and he was the only guy getting them boards, keeping them in the game.
Yeah, Siakam had 40 one of those games. That was incredible.
Yeah, it's been. I said, man. I mean, but you can't ask for anything better in these like NBA Finals, Stanley Cups. You know, last minute overtimes. Like this is what you want in these games. Like to decide it all, coming down last few seconds. You know, one shot could change it all. Like that's what you want in these games.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lackluster college football playoff in a March Madness, I would say, but this May mayhem, bro. I mean, these playoffs have been crazy.
I know. We're supposed to be, sleeping. We sleep in May, right?
I'm sleeping, man.
We'll have to
Starting at 8:30 instead of 8.
We'll have to move that to June.
Yeah.
Sleep in June. But I mean,
in
that's
July, man.
Yeah, or July. But we also have. Don't we have PGA? What is it? The U.S. Open this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna save that for Wednesday mostly, but we do have a lot of time left. We can talk about that a little.
Honestly, the days are throwing me off.
Yeah,
that's why.
I'll just say, don't. I'm not betting on Rory. After Rory won the Masters, I actually almost placed a bet on him to win the U.S. Open because he's came in second the last 2 years and he got the lid off the jar with the Masters win, but he just missed the cut at the Canadian Open by 12 strokes. So didn't have a great PGA. I'll save my pick for when Zane comes on. We got Zane coming on. He's a head golf pro and he's an OKC Thunder fan, so don't miss that. That's gonna be a great episode. But not picking Rory.
Yeah, I'll have to give my pick Wednesday as well. 'Cause right now I'm 2 for 2.
I mean, we can just spoil it. It's gonna be Jason Day.
No, Jason Day will be a pick, but he's not going to be the pick.
He'll be upset.
He'll be a pick for that Facebook chat and everything like that. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Oh, Aaron Rodgers finally signed with the Steelers. That finally happened.
Yeah.
Should have signed up for retirement.
I mean,
for real, dude.
He got. I
What
mean,
is the deal? 1 year, 14 mil, dude. That's actually kind of a steal.
I mean, it was 1 year, 13, 10 million guaranteed, but he can make up to 19 with like incentives.
No, I mean Sam Darnold's making 33, so.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold also. Aaron Rodgers is what, 30?
So basically, him and Justin Fields trade places. He's on the Jets now, and now he's on the Steelers.
They did.
And they play each other week 1.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay, that could be
It's gonna be
interesting.
good.
I mean, is Fields going to be the starting quarterback for the Jets, or is he still going to be?
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
no, 100%. That's why he went. That's why he went to the Jets. He would have been a starter for Pittsburgh. Like that was, it was opening up for him. But whatever happened with the communication with Pittsburgh and during free agency. But yeah, they play each other week 1, and then it's one of the later weeks, like 12 or 13 around there. That's when Steelers play Green Bay like Sunday Night Football.
Oh shit, dude, that's
Back at home.
It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, and then Rodgers has the chance to become like the 6th or 5th quarterback to beat all 32 teams. If he beats Green Bay, he's got to beat Green Bay.
He'll choke.
Can't choke.
You're not doing it, dude.
Bro,
I don't know. I think Love's going to get it.
I think he'll do it, dude. It's.
No.
That might be that could be their only win of the season, but that would be it.
If they have George Pickens, maybe.
Yeah, I still don't understand that. I don't understand what Pittsburgh's
And
doing.
going to fucking Dallas.
65-year-old Robert Woods as your wide receiver too is not good.
And then I don't understand the rumors of them trying to trade for a tight end as their second offensive weapon. Like, do you hear they're negotiating with Miami for Jonnu Smith?
That's dumb. They have fired youth.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
I have him in Dynasty, bro. I have him in Dynasty. He's not that bad.
Dude, they have Pat, and then they still have Darnell Washington.
They had Big O. Fucking use him, bro.
Like
6'8".
They've also apparently reached out to Atlanta for about the Kyle Pitts availability. But I just you trade for DK to have a 1-2 punch that you've been missing. Like, George Pickens needs help. That's why you get DK, and then you trade George. I just don't get 100% what they're doing.
I mean, he definitely was giving Mike Tomlin a headache.
Yeah, but you could have dealt with it for 1 year.
He's dealt with a lot of headaches, man.
I know. But they got.
He probably bought a lot of ibuprofen.
I think they'll make a move at wide receiver. They have to. They've got to do something, dude. I just don't get it.
They're gonna see.
Doesn't make sense to me.
They're gonna see where they're at mid-October trade deadline, and then see.
It might be already too late.
Did they draft any?
Not early, I don't think.
Nah, Chicago got the best tight end in that draft.
Second best, but we'll get into that.
Okay, sure.
Tyler Warren is definitely going to be the better tight end, but I mean...
Not Loveland? We shall see. There's only one way to find out.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ben Johnson has a 2,000-yard receiving tight end once in his career, dude. That dude, just draws up plays, bro.
It's going to be him and Cole Kmet. So, I mean, that's him, Cole Kmet, DJ Moore, and Ozune.
What's his face?
Ozune.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have better opportunities since they kind of revamped the offensive line this offseason. So it's going to allow Williams to make better decision making.
Oh, yeah. 100%. They definitely revamped that O-line. I mean, it's going to be pretty much...
Given a lot of the front staff, too. I think they're setting themselves up. I'm used to getting disappointed by the Bears, but I think they're setting themselves up in the right direction.
The Bears-Commanders wild card game is going to hit like crack, dude.
Yeah.
I think that'll be the 3-6, 2-7 matchup.
Could very well be.
Yeah.
Who do you have? Who do you have winning the division? Yeah, and
Me?
There's. Okay.
Do you want me to say it?
Because that's interesting if you're gonna go with that, like some sort of matchup of that, because there's no way Washington wins the division with the Eagles in there, and there's no way Chicago wins the division with the Lions being in there, even though the Lions arguably got a lot worse this offseason.
It'd be a tough fight for it.
I don't know, dude. Losing both those coordinators scares me for the Lions.
And their center now.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude.
Frank retired.
So I think maybe if they start off really well and get their chemistry right, they could have a shot to getting the division.
I mean, the NFC had such a great year last year. I think they're going to regress a bit. So I could see the Bears snagging the 4th seed and the Commanders being the 5 because the Eagles will win the division. I mean, I'm not getting that cute.
Thank you.
Feels like Feels like Jalen Daniels and Caleb are going to be in the playoffs soon. Maybe not this year, but probably soon.
I mean, you never know. I mean, everyone could just walk out on that field day one and just tear their ACLs. You know,
I'm jinxing it now.
I'm not jinxing. You have to be honest about it in some form.
Yeah. I know how season-ending injuries go.
You have to. I mean, you have to think about it.
Who are you referring to, Joe?
Maybe Travis. FSU's quarterback.
Oh, Jordan Travis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Broken heart. No, he had retired.
Oof.
Dude, I almost traded for him in Dynasty, and then I did it, and then he retired like 2 hours later. I was like,
Bruh. Doctor's decision, though. It's doctor's orders, basically, at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of FSU, college baseball, Supers. They play game 3 tonight against Oregon State to go to Omaha. Which is their college World Series, which is awesome. Hopefully we can get that in there.
All that off? Yeah.
Because
see it happening.
we lost game 1. We were up 4-1 going into the bottom of the 9th, and they blew it. They let up 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th, and then they let up in the bottom of the 10th. So we blew that. Won last night, and so hopefully we can win tonight.
Is UF still in it?
No, UF lost in the regionals.
Oh, dang.
They lost to. I don't think it was anyone good. Auburn lost.
Vanderbilt. Yeah, Vanderbilt lost to. Ferris State or something.
Yeah, they're like the first one seed in like since like
Yeah.
1999 to not make the supers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Texas beat Texas Tech in women's softball.
Yeah. Oklahoma won. I mean, that's winning 4 years straight in something is nuts.
That's dumb,
And
bro.
I mean, Oklahoma was close again. They were, I mean, like an hour away or something like that.
I think Oklahoma like has a 4-peat or did have a 4-peat in gymnastics too. Women's gymnastics.
Nice. Yeah, that's gonna be all you. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not Livy Dunn graduated. You know, I don't know if I'll be keeping up with it.
I don't know. Now that she's
I know.
Speaking of Livy Dunn,
Saw her when I went to Canes today.
so where?
They had that sponsorship. Like she had that big poster board of her at the Canes drive-through, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't eat that shit.
No, but like there's sponsorships. Like I was like, just trying to get my chicken, and there's Lindy Dunn right there.
Well, actually, Des, I'm glad that you brought up gymnastics. You guys see the Simone Biles beef on Twitter/X this past weekend?
Actually, I did see some of that.
So-
I was trying to make it sense of it.
So apparently, like a Minnesota, I'm not sure if it was like a high school team or like a Division III college, some Minnesota softball team won the state tournament. Apparently, it was led by a trans pitcher. Is my understanding. I might not all have the facts correct. It was led by like a trans pitcher, so a guy that was pitching. The girl,
Okay.
do you remember, like maybe a year or two ago, the swimmers that lost to that like?
Yes,
Yes.
I do remember that.
So
Big
there-
controversy.
Correct. So there
Yeah.
was the girl that came out who, I guess, been very vocal about losing in that swimming race. She's still advocating for men that are trans not to be in girl sports, and so she said something about it. He goes, well, of course, you have a man that's throwing, complete games, no hitters against these girls in softball. It makes sense. And Simone Biles came in and said, you're a sore loser to this, like to the swimmer girl, and started going off on her and stuff like that, and then compared her to like a man and something like that. And it just went off in a sense of like that. And then of course everyone started arguing of should trans be allowed in women's sports. I've always been the advocate
That's such a tough one, man. I don't know. You can't I don't want to discriminate or exclude them, but it's a glaringly obvious advantage, which isn't fair to the other kids. So that's a really tough one.
I mean, I say no.
I feel like it's not my place.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'll say no. They because it's an obvious thing. But Simone then did tweet something, but she was
It
like,
could depend on the sport. Like it becomes like wrestling, maybe.
well,
But you're just throwing a ball.
Well, so Simone then tweeted, like, part of her argument was, why don't you, instead of, like, complaining on Twitter, why don't you try to find, a trans league? Like, make a trans league. And I was like, that's actually, that's not a bad idea, though.
How many?
I don't know if there's that many athletes.
There's only going to be a handful of trans kids at high school at most.
Well, I mean, at some point, though, like, you can kind of make that the point, though. Like, that would solve all these issues. Like, that argument then would be over.
Yeah, I mean, professionally be able to compile enough, but not at the high school level, which is where all these controversies arise.
But I don't think there's not a big enough amount of trans athletes to make their own league, so they have to join teams. They're
Yeah.
Well, unless they did, like a league
people
of
just
their
want
own.
people just want to play sports.
Like a league of their own, there's not a lot, but what if they did like every sport in a sense? You know what I mean? Like, what if they you got all the trans that want to do the sports, and then made it them doing every sport? Does that make sense?
But you'd have to do it per state. So you'd have to get all the people in the Tampa area and form a league and stuff, right?
I mean, yeah, just get what you want, and then, but they do all their sports. They would have their own swimming league, and then the same people would go to a softball. You know what I'm saying? Make it their
What
own.
level are you talking about? What level and age group are you talking about, though?
I mean, it'd have to be. like professional at that point. Like just out of
That's
high
what I'm
school,
saying.
college. I don't think you should be in high school, but you don't see it a lot in high school. You don't see trans a lot in high school. I feel like
Not
I
too
feel like it's
much.
more like college,
man.
professional, like, and that's where all this is, like professional college time.
Yeah.
So, I think it's very rare to see a trans young.
Yeah, but it's not like too many instances where you see it all the time. I just feel like when it does happen, the publicity, the media is just going to make it more than what it is, I feel like.
Well, I mean, because
That's true.
it makes a point though.
It's politicized, but yeah.
I mean, I know that the swimming one was the big one. I remember that was like a couple of years ago, where everyone was
Yeah.
like pissed. But it's like in every sport though. I saw one in like not taekwondo, fencing. The lady took a knee because she was like, I'm not going against this guy.
Yeah. I mean,
There's like it's fencing. I feel like you can wave this. Anyone can wave a sword.
Yeah, I don't know.
pretty good.
I don't know about fencing.
I don't.
I don't know, but let's say men are twice as strong as women, or I don't know, 1.5 times as strong.
But
as
he's saying like in certain sports, men and women can't compete at all. Like I feel like there's some things that can compete with each other, and trans being an issue shouldn't be an issue.
But I mean, it's not. I don't think it's taboo to say men are more physically talented, have physical advantages than women.
Well, genetics.
Not every single
more.
one, but you know what
Yeah,
I mean? I mean, that's just how it was all created.
Well, yeah, but if you're training for a sport, right? Like the swimming one's the best example. Like that girl, I guess I don't know what her pronouns are. See, we're
Yeah.
you know.
Let's keep it respectful.
Yeah. I don't know what her pronouns are, but she trained to be a swimmer her whole life. As when she was a guy, she never finished like, top 5, and then she became trans, and then all of a sudden is winning in the women's league. So, if you're training for that specific sport as a man in the beginning, you're going to be 100% more dominant if you switch like to women's league at that point.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I remember
For
there
sure.
was an
For sure.
example.
Yeah, I see.
I remember there was an example like when Serena Williams was really dominant. They were like, could like the 20th best men's player be, or could like the 10th? And they like simulated it, and like the 250th best could beat her. Like it's just not like that. The U.S. women's soccer team, they lost to a high school team once. Like
I was about to say that. I was like, wasn't there a high school team that beat?
yeah, like a
professional
U7
team?
or like a U17 team or whatever. But still,
Yeah.
I mean, like
They lost like 12-0 or something like that.
yeah, it's just like I'm not like it's just not a fair fight. I guess I wish it was, but
But I guess again, it's
No,
like I can't go against like Olympic swimmers right now, like girl, and I think they would beat me.
Oh
And
yeah,
I have.
circles around me.
Yeah, I'm not trained for that stuff. So I
No,
guess.
they're better,
yeah,
better
but
physical
you're not
shape.
exactly you're not a physical specimen, Andrew. No offense.
But I'm competitive.
Yeah.
I hate losing.
Yeah,
So I-
that is true.
So I challenge him again. I challenge him again. And then I would get better, and then I would beat him. Respectfully, though. Respectfully.
Hey,
Yeah.
they say what they're
Mini golf,
doing.
dude. Hey, that's a fair fight. I'll
What?
say that's a fair fight.
Golf?
Mini golf.
Mini golf? Yep.
So are trans allowed to play mini golf in the men's league?
Is there even a league? Is there even like a thing for mini golf? Actually, that's not true. I did see that the number 1 mini golfer in the world retired.
Oh,
Damn, dude. I might.
What a
That's
legend.
That's up for grabs, bro.
I didn't even know that's like a real thing.
Oh yeah, of course it is, bro.
If it's competitive, there's a thing.
How do they make courses for this? Do they go around like courses all around the world?
Probably.
Is it like there's like a
Mhm.
U.S. mini golf open, Masters mini golf?
I would like
Bro,
to think so.
That'd be cool.
I mean,
It gotta be. But at least like between like groups of friends, they make their own league. Figure it out.
Yeah, like a bowling league.
hey, don't bowling's bigger than mini golf. Don't disrespect bowling.
For now.
I'm not. I was just saying, making a comparison.
Yeah, that wasn't a good one. Bowling is
What do you mean?
Bowling is on like ESPN.
still like if disc hockey or
I'm
disc
saying
golf
like a
is that
bowling
big.
league. Andrew, I'm talking about the bowling league like you do, like a casual like.
Yeah. But
There's a
like,
bowling league. I know people.
but like,
I'm not talking about like pinnacle, like the best of the best. I'm just saying it's like a thing you do after work, like softball. Softball is a big thing for people our age.
I know, but there's a little bit of a
What about
difference.
pickleball?
I've never got into pickleball.
Pickleball's huge.
It's huge now.
Shit, I even see a couple of my friends getting into it.
Fernando's like a sponsor.
I guess.
bro,
I was about to say Fernando.
Bro, Fernando's like a big sponsor now.
Oh, I
Okay,
know.
we'll have him on, bro. Whenever like the pickleball World Cup is, that's our guess.
But, jeez. Oh, how much time we got left? About.
Oh, let's talk about Tibbs getting fired. What do y'all think
Oh,
about
yeah.
that?
I'll lead up to that. I saw it coming. I saw it coming.
Yeah, I mean, victim of his own success, but yeah, probably the right move. That was probably their ceiling with him. But now that it depending on who they hire, apparently Jay Wright's out of the running. Which sucks.
That's what I wanted.
Cool. For obvious reasons, but yeah.
Well, I mean, that's so. What? I know we talked about this in the group chat a little bit, but you got.
Man, what about like Mark Jackson?
No, dude, he's cooked as fuck.
So we got
Van Gundy.
Tibbs getting fired, the Dallas Stars coach getting fired, the Tottenham Spurs coach getting sacked after winning a trophy after 17 years. Like, what do you have?
What do you want? What do you want?
What?
What are you talking about?
Popovich?
No, the Tottenham Spurs.
Oh.
Soccer. They won a trophy for the first time in 17 years, and then they sacked their head coach. Like, what do coaches have to do to keep their job?
Yeah, that's how.
Like, because you're talking about these three coaches.
We are just.
These three coaches who made it to conference finals and then won Europa League, all got fired. Like,
That's how cracked we are as a society, man. Like, dude, we're just like our attention spans are so short, and like we're so like ungrateful and greedy that like that's just what it's become to.
and like we talked about, like the Nuggets and the Grizzlies firing their coach mid-season as playoff teams.
The
That
Nuggets
is
were
crazy.
made before the playoffs.
It's like, what do you need to do to win, to be a head coach, like to stay as a head coach?
Bro, unless I'm like Kirby Smart, I probably couldn't sleep at night with my job.
Yeah, because it's like if you're not like even winning like Eastern Conference Final, like Thibodeau, like as much as I kind of saw his firing coming, he still brought his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's like something in its own right.
Yeah,
the first time in 25 years for the Knicks.
like that.
But he wasn't a perfect coach, but he's not like bad by any means per se. He just starts his starting players for way too fucking long, but
Yeah. All right, we only got a couple more seconds left, but John, thank you for coming on. Good luck to the
of course,
Pacers.
Thank you, John.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no. I think they can close out game 2. I can see it happening.
4-1.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
it can go both ways. But I think Indiana's going to work on their turnovers and ball movement, and we'll see what happens in game 2.
All right, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you Wednesday. Peace.
Peace.